Two boys, one mountain. One climbed with all his strength, the other with just one question. Guess who won? This story will change the way you think about success forever. In a quiet village, tucked beneath a towering mountain, stood an old school built of wood and memories. Inside, a teacher named Babu continued to teach with heart and soul. Though nearly 70, his dedication to his students never faded. Among those students were two boys who stood out from the rest, Robbie and Sujan. Robbie was the embodiment of discipline. He spent every waking hour buried in books, repeating lessons until they were etched into memory. To him, hard work was everything. He believed that success could only come through effort, pain, and sacrifice. Sujan lived a different life. His family was poor, and he worked long hours under the sun helping his father in the fields. But he believed that while hard work was necessary, it wasn't always enough. Sujan thought deeply and acted wisely, using strategy where others used brute force. Every night, though exhausted, he lit a kerosene lamp, sat on the floor, and studied until sleep overtook him. One evening, after returning from the fields, Sujan opened his books again. His father looked at him and sighed with frustration. "Why are you wasting time with those books?" he said. "We're poor. Studying won't change that." Sujan kept his voice low. "Father, I know we don't have much, but if I don't study now, we'll always stay this way." His father paused, then spoke softly. "Education is for the rich. How can I afford it?" Sujan's voice trembled. "I'm not doing this for money. I want to change our lives." The room fell silent. His father looked at him. He didn't say another word. But in his eyes, there was something new, pride and fear, all at once. One day, Teacher Babu gathered Robbie and Sujan. "I have one final challenge for you," he said. "Climb the mountain and bring back a rare flower from the top. The first to return with it will win." Both boys nodded. The test had begun. At sunrise, Robbie raced forward. The sun beat down, but he didn't stop. Sweat poured down his face, his muscles burned, but he kept climbing. To him, struggle meant victory. Sujan, however, stopped after a short while. Instead of charging ahead, he looked around and spotted an old man resting by a tree. "Is there a better way up?" Sujan asked. The old man smiled and pointed behind the mountain. "There's a narrow trail. It's longer, but easier." Sujan listened, thanked him, and followed that path. It wasn't fast, but it saved his strength. Hours later, Robbie reached the summit, his body nearly collapsing. But what he saw made him freeze. Sujan was already on his way down, holding the flower in his hand. Robbie couldn't believe it. "I gave everything. How did he beat me?" Back at school, both boys stood before Teacher Babu. He looked at Robbie. "You worked hard, but you never stopped to think if there was a better way. You believed pain was the only path to success." Then he turned to Sujan. "You used intelligence and strategy. That's wise. But remember, shortcuts only work when matched with true effort. Without hard work, success doesn't last." Robbie nodded. "I understand now. We need both smart thinking and hard work." Sujan bowed his head, and I've learned that always looking for the easiest way isn't right either. Years passed. Robbie became a respected scientist. Sujan built a successful business. Both returned to their old village and stood once more in front of their teacher, now old and frail. Babu smiled with pride. "I always knew you'd succeed, because real success isn't just about how hard you work. It's about how wisely you walk your path. Hard work matters. But without smart work, the road is longer and harder. Shortcuts can be helpful, but without effort, they lead nowhere. The real secret to success is the balance between the two. Work hard, work smart, and never stop learning." Thank you for watching. If this story made you think, stay tuned for the next one. The journey to success has just begun.